down by a few scores at one point in the game, and then round off 17 straight to come back. Just what do you have to say about this team's fight in a game like this tonight?
Yeah, I'm proud of our kids. I think they showed great resiliency. They embraced the expectations that we talked about. We talked about that there's going to be adversity in this game, that there's going to be things that don't go our way, and that's what happened. And we had to have a one snap and clear mentality and continue to fight and play our game, and our guys did that. And we talked a lot about that we're going to be able to win the game in the fourth quarter, and we were in position to do it. We had the ball at midfield with a chance to go ahead and stalled, and then needed to stop at the end to get the ball back, and just weren't able to do it. So, our guys were right there, and we just couldn't make the plays at the end that we needed to. But definitely proud of how our guys fought and the character they have and the trust, belief they have in each other. And I think it shows a lot of brightness for the future.
Especially in key situations. Can you talk about his day today?
Yeah, extremely proud of how he played. He's a special kid. His ability to make plays with his feet, the confidence he has in his own ability, and the faith he has in his teammates it really is special. He's fun to coach, and he's fun to be around when he's playing like he is today.
Andrew Bowie at WB. Can you also speak on Parker's connection just with his receivers, not just the wide receivers, but also the tight ends? I think there were 3 tight end touchdowns tonight. Just speak on the connection he has with his receivers.
Yeah, he's very democratic. He's good spreading around. I think he's a great leader, right? He's a 2-time captain. He has strong character. I think a lot of players can be drawn to him, and he's done a good job making connections. And I think that he really saw probably the value of the connection he had with Coleman last year. And, those two really hit it off as soon as Coleman got here on campus. They developed a great friendship. And I think he understood how productive they were together was a great relation to how much they cared about each other, trusted each other. So the ability to do that with more guys on team, it increases his ability to be successful.
Grant Key for WAB. That opening drive, the first one, I felt like that was the most creative one I've seen since you've become play caller in a while. All sorts of different looks. What kind of went into it?
So you script early in the game, right? So a lot of that I'm working off of a script, and that's where you might see more variation, more creativity maybe, because I've got more time to kind of really think about what I want to see. And there's times early in a game where you want to give some different looks. You want to show different formations just to see how teams are going to line, how they're going to adjust to motions. And that's where you might be a little more creative early in the game.
Coach, last night, head coach from Rutgers, Greg Schiano, kind of commented on the impact and how special Parker is.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a comment in regards to just a few inches away from not playing at USC or Notre Dame, etc.
Yeah.
From a legendary coach like Schiano, what does those comments kind of mean to you, and what was his overall performance against a Big Ten opponent tonight?
Well, I hope it means a lot to Parker because he's talking about him. It just confirms the validity of what I believe about Parker. I've fortunately known Parker for a long time, where we recruited him when I was the offensive coordinator at University of Hawaii, and we were able to recruit him out of the portal as soon as I got here to Ohio University as an assistant. And him and I have developed a really good relationship, and he's a special kid. And the thing that I'm really proud of him is in the way college football is today, where so many kids are chasing the next opportunity and chasing money, things like that. He really saw the opportunity for him to be really successful here and embraced that. He embraced the trust, the connection that we have, and the love that he has for his teammates. And he knew this was the best place for him. And I'm sure he could have gotten more going other places. But I think that character aspect of him and the faith he has is a lot of what makes him really special.
Whether it was in the pass protection or the run game, can you just talk a little bit about how you felt the offensive line performed tonight?
I thought they played well. I'll know a lot more when I really get to dig into the film and evaluate it more. But I know Parker wasn't banged around a bunch in protection. We did some things to try to help with that and get those guys some help and make sure we're getting the ball out fast, and having a quarterback that can move always helps. I thought we ran the ball effectively when we needed to. So I think there was a lot of positives with that group for sure.
Coach, Owen
Yeah.
Lipsher with the Post. Can you talk a little bit about the defensive energy and the pressure that was brought to the quarterback coming out of the tunnel in the second half, and any adjustments that were made in the locker room?
Yeah, I know the defensive staff wanted to emphasize being able to put pressure on the quarterback. He's a good player, and if you do let him sit back there, they have good receivers. They're going to be able to create connections. When you're playing a team like that, the ability to move guys off their spot, to put pressure on them, is important.
Forgive me if this is a Monday question, but given the mental mistakes there were in the first half, you had the block punt, other little things, how do you let that not happen with another big one next week?
Yeah, our guys just have to keep getting better. They have to continue to trust, believe in each other. There's a lot of new players that were playing their first games as Bobcats here, and they're going to continue to improve as we go.
Basically, the entire front six you just mentioned is new. They were playing their first game today as Bobcats.
Correct.
How do you think they adapted as the game went on throughout the game?
The thing that I liked is they just continued to play hard, and no one quit in the game. There was no complaint on the sideline. Guys didn't stop playing hard. We'll get a better feel from the film of, if there were any loafs, things like that. But from the way I could see it, I thought our guys continued to play hard. We just got to get better at some spots.
Coach.
Yeah.
Just the overall impact is simply, you guys coming from, on the road, first game of the season, playing here against a Big Ten opponent. While it didn't go your way, what does this say? Just, what does it speak volumes to the overall conference, and just, what does it say about Ohio University?
I mean, I think it says what a strong program we have and have had for a long time. And I think the thing that's really great is that, there's a lot of guys in that room right now that see how they missed this opportunity to win the game and truly believe that they could have and should have won that game at the end. And they're not happy that they were just in the game because they're playing a Big Ten team, and they don't just appreciate that opportunity. They believe they could have and should have won this game.
It was Chase Hendrick's first time in the slot tonight. He looked like a seasoned vet. What do you think about his game overall?
I love Chase, and I think that he's improved a lot as a player. And I think moving him into the slot gives him a lot more opportunities to get touches. I think it fits his game better. And I think that we have a lot of guys that are playing well at the receiver position right now, which is good.
He was a little bit banged around tonight. He came off limping on a couple plays. Is he all right now?
Yeah, I think it was cramp issues. All good? All right, appreciate you guys. Good. How are you?
I'll moderate this one, guys. You good to go?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Go ahead.
Andrew Bobby, WB Parker obviously has come out on the losing end, but just what did you see tonight that gave you so many opportunities to make plays?
I think we had a really good game plan. I think personally, I just trusted my reads, trusted my drops, not try to play outside of myself, and I think that opened up our opportunities for us offensively.
And can you speak on your connection with the receivers? I think there were maybe 5 or 6 different receivers that you threw a pass to tonight. Just how you've been able to spread the ball around to all those different guys?
Yeah, I think those guys did a great job. I think it just comes with taking what the defense has given us, and I think we had just a number of plays that got different guys different opportunities.
Spoke a little bit to just impact and overall talent. He personally said if you were a few inches taller, you possibly could be playing at USC, Notre Dame, etc. First of all, what does those comments mean coming from a legendary coach like Schiano to you? And then also just your overall thoughts on the night, playing against a Big Ten team on the road, just kind of your thoughts on just the entire game.
Yeah, it's a big honor. I just think coming on the road, you got to play your best. And Coach Smitty always says, games like this, you got to win it in the fourth quarter. I appreciate Coach for those words. But yeah, we just got to be better in the fourth quarter, and we got to clean up some mistakes offensively.
Parker, Owen Lipsher with the Post. Was there an emphasis coming in this week about playing through the tight ends, or did that happen naturally tonight?
Yeah, that just happened naturally. Just some of those guys were open down low in the red zone and got in the end zone. So we got 2 really good tight ends, and they made some plays.
Marvin Chambers, 4.0 Sports Media. Parker, can you tell me about the offensive line? Because the big guys don't get any love. And all day, you basically had a clean pocket to throw in,
Yeah.
be able to go down field. You basically had your run, the plays you wanted to.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the offensive line and the protection?
Yeah, those guys did a great job. I was happy to see just how they played with so much effort. And, those guys come to work at practice. And I know Coach T's getting them going. And, yeah, those guys kept me clean. And so I really appreciate the work they put in throughout the week. We got a few things penalty-wise clean up, but I'm proud to see how aggressive they were during this game.
Actually, I felt with the post, Parker. It wasn't really until the second half that you really got your legs going and got your run game going on the ground. Was that sort of an emphasis coming out of the half, or did you just not talk about the game plan with?
Yeah. Honestly, I just think that just came in time. I think as the defense gives us what they give us, Coach Smitty calls plays accordingly, and so I don't think there was anything different coming out of half. I think we wanted to stick to the game plan, and I think some of those plays just happened naturally.
How valuable of an experience is it to get a road game against a Big Ten team and then also getting experience against a defense of that level in week 1?
Yeah, extremely valuable, and I think it tests you as a team, tests me as an individual, and I think we absolutely had what it took to pull it off, and we just fell short. And I want that to fuel us as a team moving forward. But I think a great and valuable experience.
Grant Kiefer, WAUB. Last year after the Syracuse loss at week 1, you guys were fighting. It felt like the sentiment was, hey, like things are looking good. The outlook looked good with the way you guys competed today. Played probably better than that game, and you guys kind of have your heads down a little bit. Do you feel like the standard has just been set a little bit higher, whereas you feel like you can beat Big Ten teams, you can beat Big 12 teams next week and things of that nature? For
sure. Yeah, I think the standard's raised. Obviously we had a great year last year, and the valuable thing about having a year like we did last year is what it takes to get there. And so I think the leaders on this team are holding everyone in that locker room to that standard. So we come to the games like this, we expect to win. I know the team expected to win, and this is just disappointing. It's as disappointing as any other loss, especially when you expect to compete. But I think the standard is raised, and it's continued to raise throughout the season. So.
Any more? Last one.
Yeah, Chase had a monster game today, first time in the slot. Can you just talk about your connection with him and what he meant to the offense tonight?
Yeah, Chase is a great player. He's really smart. He's instinctive, and he made a bunch of plays out there. And so I'm excited for him this year, and I'm excited to watch his progress as he goes on through each game, because he's going to be a huge part of this offense. So.
Ready? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.